I can see. Okay. So there are so many people from different schools. So this Yoga Nidra is completely from Bihar School of Yoga, where in different schools follows different methods of relaxation technique. Like they every school follows a different process of like either they will start up with pranayama practice, and then they will slowly go to asana, and then they will at the end either they will finish up with a meditation practice or with some relaxation technique. So if you take it up with Vetantri Maharishi, there is a different relaxation technique is followed when compared to Shivananda, there is different relaxation technique. So when come to Bihar School of Yoga, we generally follow Yoga Nidra. Okay, so this is one of the powerful method of relaxation technique. Okay, so in general, so how it is differentiated from other relaxation technique, how it is benefited, so to which kind of people we can give Yoga Nidra, all these things will be covered in this today's topic. Okay, I'm just going to give you an overview about Yoga Nidra, and then at the end we will have a small Yoga Nidra session, like for around 10 to 12 minutes. So, like I'll give you some preparation time where you can set up the room in such a way that you can take up the relaxation technique. Okay, so I'll share a screen.
Yes, madam.
Yeah,
Full screen. Full screen.
yeah.
Full screen, madam. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what is Yoga Nidra? So from the name itself, so most of you know the meaning of yoga as well as Nidra separately. So yoga is nothing but the union of body and the mind. There are different various definition is given for the yoga. And Nidra, most of you will be knowing it is nothing but the sleep. So how these two terms are combined, and I'm saying it as a relaxation technique. So how it is going to work, in what way it is working in the person. Okay, so your Yoga Nidra is nothing but a it is generally there are so many names are given to Yoga Nidra, that is they say like psychic sleep, sleep with awareness. There are so many things, so many different names given to it. So what exactly we are doing it, this is a relaxation technique which is followed in such a way that we are using the awareness, complete awareness, to relax our body and the mind. So how are we going to do it? Okay, so here we are going to close all the senses. We have five senses like taste, to see, to feel, everything. So we are going to shut down all the four senses from our body, and we are going to activate only the auditory channel. So why we have to do it? So what is happening is to travel the different stages of the mind. So we have different stages of mind. One is conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. So the conscious mind knows everything, whatever we are aware of, whatever is happening around us. So there are so many things our senses are getting the inputs, like when though we are closing our eyes, we can hear the sound of the people talking around us. When we touch something, we can feel it, we can sense what are we touching it. Like if you touch the pillow, if we touch the bed, we can get the sense that this is my bed, this is something, this or something is going on in your skin. You can feel that something is on my hand, or a mosquito is biting me. We are getting so many inputs, and our mind is continuously processing all those things. So that is your conscious mind. Just a That is your conscious mind. So what is our subconscious mind? So our subconscious mind is nothing but the obedient mind. Okay, so whatever you tell to your subconscious mind, it does it does exactly what you're instructing it. So that is your subconscious mind. What is your unconscious mind? That is very deeper inside it. It gathers everything, whatever we have, starting from our childhood, even before birth, and even from our parents. All the informations are stored in our unconscious mind. So these are the three different levels of mind. So what are we going to, how to address these things in the yoga nidra? Okay, so in general, in a person, we have different tensions in our body. One is physical tension, or we'll say it as muscular tension. The other one is emotional tension, and then the last is the mental tension. These are the three tensions in our body. Each and every human being will have these three tensions. Okay, just the ratio of the intensity of the tensions will vary from person to person, but all three tensions are there in a human being. So how we are going to address these three tensions in through yoga nidra practice? So before going into it, I just give you how the yoga nidra is they created it, and how exactly it is working in the human. Okay, so yoga nidra is actually from the tantric practice, where we are taking the tantric practice, nothing but a nyasa. We say it as a nyasa, where we will take our awareness to one point. Okay, either to while even in meditation, we are doing no concentration to a point, or concentration to an object. The same way, the nyasa is nothing but you're taking the awareness to that point. The same concept is taken here in yoga nidra, where Satyananda Saraswati experimented it, and then he given it as a yoga nidra. Okay, so how he experimented it, how effective the yoga nidra is. Okay, so he experimented, he tried yoga nidra in different things. Okay, so the very good example I can come up is like, he experimented the yoga nidra on a child who is around like 4 to 5 years. Okay, he came to ashram of Shivananda Saraswati, okay, Satyananda Saraswati, where he was, asking him to take it as a discipline. Okay, but he said, you're too young for sannyasa, so he said no. Again the kid came back. Okay, then he asked the kid, no, then he thought like, why should I start doing experimenting yoga nidra in the kid? Okay, so what he did is, he was keep on repeating the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita to the kid once the kid is fallen asleep. Okay, once the kid is fallen asleep, he chanted the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita to the kid, maybe around for 3 minutes. That's it. Okay, the next day morning, he made the kid to read the same 15th chapter, but he was just like that, reading that. He's not at all interested, he's not at all aware what he is reading. Okay? Because he's a very naughty kid, he is very mischievous, he used to throw off things, he used to tease the other kids. He's a very naughty kid. So he was doing the same thing again and again and again, 15th chapter. After 2 weeks time, the kid is able to chant the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Then he got an idea, why can't I try other things? Then he slowly introduced the complete Bhagavad Gita, then Mahabharatam, Quran, Bible, everything he started to teach one by one after the other to the kid. Okay, then the kid is like, he started to read and write everything, and by the age of 21 years, he was able to travel to outside of India, like US, UK, and all, and he started to give speeches and all in English, and he know 11 languages. All these things he read everything through yoga nidra only. Okay, he's nothing but the Swami Niranjanananda Saraswati. That is how the yoga nidra became so famous. So how exactly it is working? How a kid can learn 11 languages through yoga nidra? How effective it is? Okay, so this is like, as I told you, there are three tensions in our body: the muscular tension, the emotional tension, and the mental tension. Once a person, if I say, after so heavy work, and I say I want to relax my body, so what we generally do, either once you come back from the office, what you will ask for, either you will take a fresh bath, you will take a hot water bath, or a bath, or you will ask for a cup of coffee, or what you'll do, you just watch some movies, Okay, okay, what is those things are really giving you relaxation? No, it is just a diversion from your tension. Okay, so it is a temporary release from the tension. So how exactly we are going to do it? So how exactly then we are going to relax our body? When a person, if I say it is relaxation, then these three tensions should be removed from the body. Then only we can say that the complete relaxation has happened in the body. So for how we are going to address it, there are some precise pattern to be followed in the Yoga Nidra. Okay, so this is just the story, whatever I told you. Okay, so this is designed, but this is Yoga Nidra is given by Swami Satyananda Saraswati, and then it is followed up by the Swami Niranjanananda Saraswati. So why it is given as Pratyahara? So everybody knows the 8 limbs of yoga. Okay, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. Okay, so the Pratyahara is nothing but the withdrawal of senses. So as I told before, we are going to withdraw our 4 senses from our body, and we are going to just activate the auditory channel alone. Why we are doing that is because the Yoga Nidra process is the state of mind between the wakeful and the dream. Okay, so we are going to bring our brain wave from alpha, from beta to alpha. That is the transition which happens between your conscious state to the subconscious, or to from the awake to the dream state. That is the transition is happening. So we are going to bring our mind, and then we are going to pause it for few seconds in the alpha wave. So that can happen only if we are instructing our mind by activating our auditory channel. Okay, so we are withdrawing 4 senses of the from the senses from our body, and then we are going to activate the auditory channel alone, and then we are going to move from awake to the dream state, and we are going to pause in between the state, nothing but the Yoga Nidra. Okay, so there are different names are given. That is sleepless sleep, where you are moving to the transition of sleep, but we are not we are not moving to the sleep. Okay, then sleep with awareness, where my auditory channel is aware. So I'm going to keep on instruct our mind to move from point to point. So in such a way that we are moving down from the conscious to the subconscious, from the sleep to the dream, so sorry, from the wake to the dream, but with awareness. Okay, so their other name is nothing, as I told before, psychic sleep. So it is the state of mind between the wakefulness and the dream. So once you go to sleep, you will not fall asleep immediately, but after few seconds, you will be hearing the surrounding sounds, or the people talking, or if TV is going on, you can hear the sound, but still you will be sleeping it. Then slowly your dream will come. So that in between time, the Yoga Nidra is happening. So it is given like it helps to reshape the personality. So how we are going to reshape the personality, I will tell you when the steps of Yoga Nidra comes. Okay, so as I told before, muscular or physical tension, emotional tension, and the mental tension. So how are we going to address these tensions? Okay, so in a human being, these 3 tensions are there. So the muscular tensions or the physical tensions are either can be addressed like after asana practice. You once I give the relaxation, you maybe feel completely relaxed. But these muscular tensions are very deep. Some of the muscular tensions are very deeper inside your body. For example, sometimes you are an active person, your lifestyle is your diet is proper, your lifestyle is proper, everything, but still, somewhere unknowingly you will have some pain in your body. I know every time when you go to sleep, your back will be paining something, though you're doing all your lifestyle is proper, you still feel that pain. So those internal pains which which is not addressed by normal relaxation technique can be addressed here in this yoga nidra process. Okay, the emotional tension, everyone will have a emotions. Okay, either it is from your childhood, or it can be from your past, or it can be, because of your parents, because of your family. Everyone are carrying so much of emotional tension, so that is also addressed. The mental tension is mainly because of the very deeper tensions, for example, either from your previous breath, or from your parents, or from the grandparents. Those things are addressed, those things are we term it as a mental tension. So we'll see the steps, so that how we are, all these tensions are addressed, we will see it. Okay, so in general, the basic yoga nidra will have these steps. Okay, so these steps are mandatory. If you are planning to give a yoga nidra for a student, you have to follow this precise order. You should not change this pattern. Okay, so preparation, relaxation, sankalpa, rotation of consciousness, breathing, feelings and sensation, visualization, sankalpa again, and then finish. Okay, so sankalpa will come 2 times, one at the beginning, the other at the end. Okay, why I given this feelings and sensation is red color? Because for a beginner, you cannot give this feelings and sensation. It is little difficult for the person to address that, so that's why it is given as a little advanced practice of yoga nidra. Okay. Sorry. So I will see one by one. The first, preparation and relaxation. So the yoga nidra should be practiced in shavasana for a normal person. If it is a pregnant woman, then the the posture will be varying for a pregnant woman. Okay, and then for a kid, it is no hard and fast rule to lie in the shavasana. Other than that, the posture recommended for yoga nidra is shavasana. Okay, that is a dead man pose or a corpse pose. Okay, and while giving the yoga nidra, there are some prerequisites, like the room should be proper, like it should be very dull, dim light should be there. It should not be too dark. Okay, or it should not be too bright. Okay, the temperature of the room is very, very important. So for example, if you are planning to give it in the rainy season or in the winter season, make sure that the AC and all, it's not switched on, because what will happen is, during this yoga nidra process, your body temperature will drop down. So during the process, when the process is going on, the body temperature drop down, the student or the person will start feel shivering. Okay, so make sure the person is comfortable and the room temperature is proper. If it is summer, though it is summer, we are asking the person to, even the AC temperature should be 27, 28, like that, not like it's 16, 17 and all. Okay, or the person even can use the blanket to close him. If he feels like after later point of time his temperature is dropping down, he can use the blanket also. Okay, and then it should not be too noisy from outside. There should not be very noisy, the windows and all, it is better to close it. But make sure the room is very, very comfortable and calm and peace. Okay, and then for relaxation, we have two methods of relaxation, where we will be either will ask the person to chant the mantra Om, and or we'll use the practice of Antar Mauna. That is again one of the meditation technique which we follow in Bihar School of Yoga. Okay, so those are the methods. And then so what is happening is, like we are going to take the journey of conscious mind to the subconscious mind. Okay, it is like, for imagine, for example, there is a big well. Okay, where you are at the top. Okay, you can see the steps, where at the bottom you can see a small water is there, and you want to reach that water. So how we are going to go that journey? Okay, that is what we are going to do here. So we are at the top, which is conscious, and then we are slowly going to get down the step one by one. That is, the next level will be your subconscious, and then you will be touching your unconscious mind. Again, you are going to bring your mind to the conscious. So this is not so easy as like I'm saying, but by practicing, for a longer period of time, you will be able to achieve it. So you may be asking me why I have to give this yoga nidra. What I have different schools that we are having different meditation techniques. So why I have to give this yoga nidra? Okay, so for a normal person, if you are a yoga professional, so you will be, you are into your spiritual journey and you will be following some meditation technique. But if, for example, if you are a teacher and a psychosomatic disease patient is coming to you, so is that person will be able to do a meditation practice? Okay, or a person who is a very depressed person is coming to you. Okay, or for example, I am having depression. Okay, my yoga teacher is asking me to do close your eyes and chant the mantra om for 108 times. Will I be able to do it? No. Will I be able to sit for so much period of time, like till 108 times? Will I be able to sit in the erect position without any discomfort in my body? No, I will not be able to do it. So in those cases, so how can we introduce the same benefits of meditation to that kind of person? So that is where the yoga nidra is playing. Okay, so that's why we are making it the posture as a shavasana. The yoga nidra is done in shavasana, which everyone are comfortable in lying down on the floor, or even if the person is not able to lie on the floor, you can ask them to lie on the bed also. Okay, those are some of the exceptions we can give to the person. But anyone, anybody, even the pregnant women, anyone can practice this yoga nidra. Okay, so this is the preparation and relaxation. So the next step is very, 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 very important. So you remember in the beginning of the slide, I said reshaping the personality. So how I can reshape the personality? Okay, this is not so easy, right? So that is where the sankalpa is coming. So the sankalpa is nothing but we generally, the sankalpa is translated as resolve or resolution. So if I say resolution, for a person, it should be like the ultimate goal. So if, for example, if we are a practitioner of the yoga, or you are a yoga teacher and you have an ultimate goal, then that will be your sankalpa. But whereas if a pregnant woman, I'm going to give a yoga nidra, and if I am asking the women to take a sankalpa, her goal will be like to have a normal delivery or safe delivery of the baby. Okay, so it will be varying from person, but actually sankalpa is the ultimate goal of your life. So that is your last. So when I reach this, all whatever I want to achieve in my life, that will happen eventually to reach that. So that will be your sankalpa. So why we are giving it at 2 times? So you can see in the steps, the sankalpa is coming at the third as well as at the last. Before the last it is coming. So this sankalpa will come into your conscious level of your mind. That is, I know what I want to achieve in my life. I am conscious, I am aware of it. In my life, I want to achieve this. Okay, so when I say at my conscious level, I'm deciding it. Okay, this is what my sankalpa is. Okay, fine. I'm deciding it. So how it should be, how I have to say the sankalpa. So there is a format we have to follow. So the sankalpa should be a simple statement. Okay, it should not be like 3-4 lines of statement. Your mind will get bored before finishing the sankalpa. Okay, so it should be a simple positive statement. So when you are instructing your mind, that is especially your subconscious mind, you should not use negative words. Okay, so for an example, I generally, whenever I'm taking classes in my ashram, I generally say, very famous and very good example is, so many people are now into the diet system, right? So they want to reduce weight. I have to follow this diet, I have to do this workout. They have some goal in their life. Okay, so what will happen, somewhere or other, they would have felt that no, they have to reduce the weight, I have to follow this diet. Okay, but what will happen eventually, after some time, they will forget it. The conscious mind will forget it. But what will happen, since she would have told the resolution very, very sincere to her mind, what will happen, whenever she is eating sweet or a cake or ice cream, someone will be keep on telling her inside her mind, oh, I thought of dieting, but I'm overeating now, I'm eating so much of ice cream. So that is where your unconscious mind is playing. Okay, so you can say, then why I have to give it in the positive statement? Because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between yes or no, good or bad. Okay, whatever you feed, it will do it. So if you go and ask a thief, he will argue that whatever he is doing is correct. Okay, if you talk to a lawyer, whatever though he is no arguing for the opposite team who did bad, but still he argue in such a way that whatever he is saying is correct. Okay, so that is what your subconscious mind, the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between good and bad or yes or no. Okay, so that's the reason you have to feed it in a positive way. Okay, so it should be a simple positive statement, but that should be your ultimate goal of your life. Okay, and you have to say it 3 times when it is coming to the third step. Okay, when I'm giving that at the end, I'm going to give you a yoga nidra session. So I'll say this is a time for sankalpa. So if you have a goal, okay, again I'm repeating, if you have a goal, you can say it. If you don't have a goal, don't say it. Okay, because you are going to instruct the subconscious mind. So since Shrija told me to decide a goal, okay, I'm going to decide it now, and I'm going to say it. No, don't take it in a hurry way. Okay, when if you are a practitioner of meditation, eventually you will get what is your goal of your life. Okay, or if you are planning to practice yoga nidra regularly, you will get, at one point of time you will get the sankalpa is what is your sankalpa is, you will get it. Okay, so that is the sankalpa. Next is the rotation of consciousness. Again I said, in different schools, for example, if you go to Shivananda, they will either take the body awareness from toes to the head. Okay, okay, so and from toes and then feet and then ankle, that is how it is come. But whereas in Bihar School of Yoga, so sorry, I'll just finish this slide, I forgot. Okay, so this is the resolve and resolution, your aim or ultimate goal of your life. It is the method of reshaping your personality. Okay, so so you can ask me. Okay, you may be a yoga teacher, and you can ask. Okay, I'm getting a student who is like a chain smoker. Can I ask the person to can I give the sankalpa like I want to quit smoking? No, you should not decide that. Okay, so if the person is really willing, okay, if the person is ready, every drug addict or alcohol addict, we say no, someone should not take the person to the center and then he should quit the smoking or drinks. Okay, if the person is really willing, and if once the person is getting the awareness of his health, eventually he will stop it. Okay, so give him some time. So that is what, so you should not force a person with sankalpa. Okay, so what will happen is, once he will not say, in that case I cannot say quit smoking, I want to quit smoking, I cannot say like that. Okay, I need a healthy body. Healthy body means I should not have all those bad habits. Eventually, I should bring up a discipline in my eating pattern, sleeping pattern, and then my lifestyle, entire lifestyle. That is how your goal should be. Okay, it should be a simple positive statement. The wording should be very precise and clear. That's why I'm asking you to take some time to decide the sankalpa. Okay, sankalpa at the beginning is like sowing the seed, sankalpa at the end is like irrigating it. I'll explain you that what it is, and then it penetrates on the subconscious level of mind. Okay, so what is happening now, we are deciding, we are still in the unconscious level. Okay, that's why I'm not explaining the second sankalpa. So okay, now I've decided what my sankalpa is, I'm going to go forward. So the next step comes the rotation of consciousness. So here we are going to take a precise order, we will not change the order here. Okay, so whatever the school you are following, you can follow it. But when it comes to yoga nidra alone, if you are planning to address a psychosomatic patient, okay, or a psychosomatic student, or if the student whoever is coming to you is a depression, okay, you should follow this precise order, because you are giving yoga nidra, not a normal relaxation technique. Okay, So why I have to give in this precise order? Okay, so here we have something called, in the brain there is a cerebral white matter. You can Google it and see, it is very open. Cerebral white matter. So in the cerebral white matter, we have something called motor homunculus or a little man. That is a brain mapping. So for an example, take a India map. Okay, so the Tamil Nadu Tamil Nadu is at the bottom and Delhi at the top. Okay, can I change it? Is it possible for you to take the Tamil Nadu and keep it over at the Delhi, and Delhi at the Tamil Nadu place? I cannot change it, right? That is a map. So I have to follow my route according to that only. The same way here, we are following the same map, the route, whichever is available in our brain. That is called, you can Google it and see, motor homunculus or a little man. You just see brain mapping, motor homunculus or a little man. Okay, so this is a precise map pattern we have. So what will happen here, what we are doing is, here we are going to start our awareness from the right side of your thumb. Okay, and then we will go one after the other. We will complete the right side, and then the same way we will go to the left side, complete the left side, back side of your body, and then your front. So why we are doing in this pattern? So what will happen? For example, again take the India map. What I'm doing is, I'm saying Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. So this is how the one after the other I'm going step by step till I'm going to reach. For example, I'm saying Tamil Nadu, immediately I'm saying Haryana, Bombay, then Himachal Pradesh, again Delhi, again Uttar Pradesh. So is it a proper? No. The same way, imagine I'm going to water a plant. Okay, so I'm putting a path for watering the plant. So whatever the path I'm following, when once I open the tap, the water will flow according to it. The same way, once I start my right thumb, an electrical signal will start transferring in your body. Okay, so one after the other, the electrical flow will be proper. That is when your muscular tensions are addressed. Okay, so when I go in that precise order, what will happen? This electrical signal will touch all your body part internally, that is your pranic body, in such a way that whatever the pain you have in your body will get released. Okay, that is why we are following the same precise order. So whatever the pain I told you before, in the beginning of the class, that pain will get addressed by giving this rotation of consciousness. Okay. The next one is breath awareness. Okay, so here why we are giving, again the rotation of consciousness will happen in the subconscious, because you are taking, the body part, you are taking the body part, where your thumb is, where your index finger is, where your middle finger is, you will go according to it. So it is working in your conscious level of mind. So when I say deeper inside your pain, okay, which is not able to address in the rotation of consciousness, will take you to the breath awareness of breath, where I told the well, we are going step by step inside the subconscious mind. So once my body awareness is over, I'm slowly moving to breath awareness, where if any tensions are remaining in my body, that will get removed by my breath. Okay, most of you will be knowing the power of your breathing. So this breath will, because your mind is becoming thoughtless slowly, so you will be able to concentrate completely on your body, where your deep tensions are getting removed. Okay, so the breath awareness here, again we will follow, mostly you will be knowing it, natural breath. We will not force the breath here, it should be very natural. Okay, so you can either make the student to feel the breath on the nostril 1, chest 2, abdomen 3, and then we have another path from navel to throat and throat to navel, that we say again in Bihar School of Yoga as Ajaba Jaba. So that is a type of breathing pattern we will follow. Even that can be introduced in the breath awareness. And then again here the breath count should be like 11 or 15 or 21, 27, 54, 108. This is how we are getting. If the person is, having lot of tension, very stressed, you cannot ask the person to count like 54 and all. He will fall asleep or he will become restless. So in those cases, you can start up with 11. Okay, that is how the breath awareness is. The next one is the feelings and sensation. Okay, so as I told you before, we address the muscular tension from the rotation of consciousness and the breath awareness. Now we are going to address on the emotional tension. Okay, so is it so easy to address the emotional tension? Okay, so no, it is a little bit difficult, little bit tricky. Okay, so what is happening is, here what we are going to do is, we are going to bring the awareness, where we are going to bring the balance between the right hemisphere of the brain and the left hemisphere of the brain. Okay, why is, for example, if a couple is fighting with each other, okay, a husband and wife is fighting, okay, if both the people are stressed, what will happen? They will be keep on shouting. At one point, one will either beat or do some nasty things. Okay, or else once, if there is a stability, because one side of the brain is little more powerful than the other side of the brain, so there is no balance. So if there is a balance, what will happen? Okay, if the husband is shouting or if the wife is shouting, okay, what will happen? The husband will pause for a minute. Okay, either he knows, if he talks continuously along with her, this fight will lead to a different level, or okay, she is having some problem. Okay, let myself be calm, so that let her anger go out, then we can slowly explain to her. That clarity of thought will come if both the brains are in balance. Okay, okay, for example, another example is like, some people will very fond of money. Okay, or some very fond of things, fantasy items. They will bring by, they don't know what is their goal in their life. There is no balance in their passion. Now this kind of things are because of the imbalance in the brain. Okay, so here we are going to address it by a psychosomatic route. That is nothing but, we are going to do it with the senses. Again, we are bringing it with the feelings. How is, like heat and cold, love and hate, pain and pleasure. So in such a way that what I will do is, for example, hot, I'll ask you to feel the sense of hotness in your body. That little, like that, a maximum hot, like in Chennai, you can feel it at the April, May, complete hot, where you're sweating completely. Okay, that kind of hotness, you're making the person to feel it. Immediately you're instructing your mind to feel the coldness, bitter cold, like walking in the snow, or you are lying on the ice block, something like that, bitter cold. So when you instructing mind continuously like this opposite senses, what will happen? If there is any imbalance in your brain, it will try to balance. Okay, that's why you remember the feelings and sensation I given it in the red color, because for a beginners to feel these feelings at the beginning of yoga nidra will be difficult. Okay, so if the person is practicing yoga nidra for quite longer period of time, then only they can bring up these practice, these feelings into their practice. So that's why we are not advising the yoga teachers to start up with feelings and sensation immediately for a beginner, especially for a stressed person, depression person and all. We'll ask them to take it up very slowly. Okay, this is feelings and sensation. The next comes the very important, again, sorry, the feelings and sensation. Here slowly we are coming to the subconscious level of the mind. Okay, because the muscular tension is removed, then we are coming to emotional tension, which is little deeper into our mind. For example, I told the anger, even during the fight, you can remember, you told me like that on the day. It may be like a 1 month before or 2 months before. That will not happen immediately. Those things are stored up content in our mind. Okay, so those things are bringing up now. So in that cases, we are moving slowly to the subconscious level of our mind, which is storing those things. Okay, little older than the conscious mind. Okay, the next is the very important visualization. Okay, this is the, here, as I told you, I cannot give it for the beginners. So how I'm going to address the emotional tension is by giving the visualization. Okay, so this is a very very common practice, where you can, even the psychologists are giving visualization technique for the pregnant women. It is very very beneficial. Okay, so how it is working, as I told you, you know, right? How our mind stored the contents. Okay, so for an example, if I say temple, you will be remembering which is, each person will have a favorite temple. Okay, so someone will visualize Sri Rangam. Some people will visualize Vadapalani temple. So whichever is favorite for them, whichever is favorite for their god, that will be visualizing. The same way when I say rose, whichever the rose you see, either it can be from the in real, or you can be seen in the screen or in the computer or in the movie, those things will remember. But any one of you were saying the spelling of the word, no. And same way the rose, I may be saying it as rose. In Bangalore, they will say it in a different name. In the US, they will be saying it in a different. In Japan, they will be saying it a different name. The rose can be represented, but the symbol of the rose is going to be the same thing. Okay, so because our mind stores everything as a images only, images or as a symbols. That's why, you know, Chinese language, Japanese language uses more of the symbols rather than the letters. Okay, so this is how our mind store up the content. So what I'm going to do, it stores everything. Fine, well and good, very good. It stores everything. So happy, right? No, because if you are planning to take up the spiritual journey, when you are going to do a meditation, what is if something happens, something you remembers, what will happen? You will not be able to continue a meditation practice. You will not be able to continue a spiritual journey. Okay, for an example, if you have a very bad experience of something, when I say those words, what will happen? Whatever the stored up content of that bad things will start to come up. And then what will happen? During my meditation, I'll start crying, crying, crying. Is it a good way? No. So for those things, what we generally say it as, those things as our samskaras. Okay, so what most of you will be knowing it, sanchita karma, prarabdha karma. Okay, that is from the ancestors, that is from the parents, from the grandparents, from the previous, but everything will are getting stored up in our Muladhara chakra, and then it is going into our unconscious mind. Those things are getting stored up in the unconscious mind. So how I generally say is, like, for example, we have in our house from the childhood. For example, not even myself, my mom is storing some of the things which when I born. Okay, for example, one dress or one toy, she is storing it up. Okay, just a minute. Okay, she's storing up everything. Okay, is it useful? Will it be useful for that? For example, I am the dress. Okay, she is storing it. I am 30, 35 plus now. Okay, is it useful to you have stored that dress till now? Okay, it is a memory, very good. But what I'm going to do with that? Is it any useful for me, like to in for following us? Or I'm having a son. Can I wear that dress to my son? No, it's mere waste, right? Okay, you can have it as a memory for some period of time, but if you see it in the long run, it is not at all going to use in any way actually. Okay, so the same way, whatever we are storing inside our mind is mere garbage to our mind. So if you are a practitioner of yoga and if you want your journey towards a spiritual path, okay, these things will be a hindrance for your journey. Okay, so we want to remove all those things. Okay, that's why the emotional tension again, when I'm practicing meditation, and when I'm keep on some disturb, you had a fight with your brother or a friend. Okay, and you're going to sit and going to start meditating, what will happen? Those things will not pop up, and it will disturb the meditation practice, and it will create other effect to your mind. Okay, so in visualization, we are going to remove those samskaras through visualization practice. So where are these samskaras are stored? Nothing but your deeper inside your mind, where unconscious mind. So how I am going to remove it? Here we are going to, there are two symbols, conditioned symbol and universal symbol. So here we are going to use universal symbols. That is, if I say sun, everywhere it is going to be sun. So if you are a yoga teacher and you are going to take class in China or Korea, if you say sun in their language, they know the sun is sun, moon is moon, temple is temple, church is church, desert is desert, pyramid is pyramid. That is not going to change anything. So chakras in your body, if the person knows chakras in your body, you can give that as a symbol. Mantra, yantra, mandala, you can give it. Okay, but make ensure the audience you are going to give should know about that. If I'm going to give a chakra visualization to you, you should know where the chakra is, how the chakra will be, what is the color of the chakra. Then only I can give you the chakra visualization. Okay, so in general, we will always take it up as simple the things which are around us. Okay, that kind of things only we will take it up. That is will come under universal symbol. So what will happen is, whatever the content, it is stored up in your mind. That is like we are going down deeper into the well, we reach the water, we are taking the water, and then we are coming up. Same way, we are moving down towards the unconscious mind. We are taking the images, whatever it is stored there, we are taking it up, coming and then visualizing at your conscious level of your mind. That is how you are going to remove those images inside your mind. We are clearing the spaces in your mind through visualization. Okay, so this visualization can be given to anyone, but we know, you while giving to the students, you should make ensure you should make them comfortable. Okay, if you're not able to visualize the object, no problem, initially it will be like that, then slowly you will be able to do it. Same way how we will be telling to the like the meditation, the same way we can advise it. So this is the practice of this. If you know, if you are going deeper into the visualization, it leads to dharana practice also. So again comes the so after visualization, again sankalpa will come. So this is like we saw in the sankalpa slide. No, this is like first at the beginning, it's just like sowing the seed. So what I'm going to do, there is a land, I'm going to dig some sand, I'm going to put the seed inside it, and then I'm closing it. Okay, I embossed in my mind. Okay, what I'm going to do, every day I'm going to pour water to it, so that the plant will come. Same way, whenever the sankalpa at the beginning, it is like irrigating it, in the sense what they say is, like once you say the sankalpa, we are going to emboss it, like inside the, I digged it, I decided that I want to put a brinjal seed inside my soil. I decided it, I'm digging it, I'm putting the seed, and then I'm closing it. Okay, that is my second time. What I'm going to, whenever I'm practicing yoga nidra, I'm going to repeat the same sankalpa until I achieve it. That is like, I'm keep on pouring the water every day. I'm putting some manure, I'm putting some fertilizer in such a way that it will grow faster to enjoy vegetable from the plant. The same way, once you decide the sankalpa, you have to repeat the sankalpa in every classes during yoga nidra. It is like you should, today I'm having one sankalpa, tomorrow I'm having one sankalpa. No, it should not be like that. That is why we say it as the ultimate goal. Once you decide the ultimate goal, you have to repeat, you are working towards the ultimate goal. So what will happen, all the forces around you will help you to reach that ultimate goal. So it is like I'm pouring water every day. The same way, it will help you to reach the goal. Then it will, the normal, we are going to finish the practice. So this is like, generally we say it as, what we are doing is, we are taking the mind from the outside to slowly inside, that is from the body, outer body, then inside your breath, then slowly moving into your mind, That is where the visualization comes. That is how we are taking the journey towards inside. That is what the Yoga Nidra is all about. Okay, can we have a practice? I'll give you 3 to 5 minutes. Just arrange your room. Make sure you're lying on a mat, okay, or some bed sheet or something. Make sure you're not lying on the empty floor. Lie down. Ask your family members not to disturb you for 10 minutes of time. Okay, if you have light, you can make it 0 watt bulb is there. You can switch on that, and you can switch off the tube lights. Fan, make sure the temperature is normal, and then you just lie down. If possible, switch on your camera so that if you're fallen asleep, we will wake you up, or if you don't want, it's up to you. Again, after the end of the Yoga Nidra session, I'll say Hari Om Tat Sat. So by that time, if you fallen asleep, you can get up and sit. Okay, but before that, if you're fallen asleep, don't get panic about it. Okay, no, we will be, once we fall and sit, we'll get up with a jerk, right? Please don't do like that. If you come back to your awareness, just move your body and turn to the right side. That's it, and then slowly sit. Because once the class is over, we will switch off the Zoom and then we will go. But if you're waking up after that, don't get panic. Don't think, okay, the Zoom is over. What will do? What she was telling me. Don't worry about it, but just enjoy this relaxation technique. Okay, we just want to take you to that no, fruit of Yoga Nidra. That's it. Okay. I'll give you 10 minutes. You just take your time. Sorry, 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Just take your time and then, make sure you're comfortable in the position.
If you have any
If you have
doubts,
any doubts, yeah, if you have any doubts, you just let me know. Others, arrange your room.
kindly raise your hand, then I will let you to speak. You can mute, unmute yourself.
So this is mainly benefit, like you may think, why we have to give this relaxation technique, what it is going to make any difference. But I was keep on telling, no, the psychosomatic diseases, and especially for the obesity person, there are some people who will not be able to, practice some asana, or they will not be able to walk also. Okay, those kind of people also can practice Yoga Nidra and Pranayama practice. Okay, even for the pregnant women, I'm keep on insisting pregnant women, right? Because some of the women, for example, the infertility after IVF treatment or infertility treatment, if the woman is pregnant, she will not be able to do any asana practice. But still, for those women, you can give, Yoga Nidra, Pranayama, meditation. We want to bring those things into her, her life also. So that's the benefit. Whatever we are achieving through asana, Pranayama, the same benefit you can experience through Yoga Nidra also. Enjoy your session. Okay, don't worry if the images are not popping up. Let it go. Okay, enjoy the session. Make sure you are on mute. That's okay.
If you're interested, you can open, switch on your videos so that it will be easy for us to guide you.
Govinda Swami sir, if you want, if you can switch off that light also. Or you make ensure the light is not falling on your face. Yes, better.
Rupaadi madam, நீங்க கூட லைட் டிம் பண்ணீங்க மேடம். Rupaadi madam.
Okay.
Jansi madam, நீங்க கூட லைட் டிம் பண்ணீங்க. Yes. It's totally dark.
That's okay. Enjoy. Have a sleep. Okay, we'll start.
Yes,
Making sure others are muted.
Everyone is muted, madam. Nothing, they can't open. No issues.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Get ready for Yoga Nidra. Lie down in Shavasana on your back. Make sure your head, neck, spine are in line. Your hands are slightly away from your body. Your palms are facing the beautiful sky and fingers are slightly curled in. They are not touching each other. Your legs are slightly away from each other and the feet are flapping on the side. Relax your whole body. Your shoulders are completely relaxed. Your lower back are completely relaxed. If you're wearing specs, watches, you can remove it. And you can adjust your dress in such a way that you are comfortable in that position. Make sure you're comfortably lying in the floor and you're comfortable in that position. If you want to adjust your body, adjust your posture, you can adjust it now. From this point on, try to maintain the stillness. Don't move any body part at any point of time. Maintain the stillness. Now scan your body from head to toe, toe to head, and mentally say to yourself, relax. You are relaxing your whole body. Now slowly bring the awareness to your natural breath. Inhale and exhale naturally. Don't force your breath. Take the complete awareness to the breath. Either your chest will slightly raise up and down, or you may feel your breath on the tip of the nostril. Just watch your breath for a few seconds. Now mentally chant the mantra Om once and feel the vibration is spreading throughout your body. Feel the calmness. Now mentally say to yourself, I'm practicing Yoga Nidra. I will not sleep. I will be aware. I will not sleep. I will be aware. This is the time for the Sankalpa, your ultimate goal of your life. If you have a Sankalpa, mentally say it 3 times in a simple positive statement. Like, I will practice yoga daily. Simple positive statement 3 times mentally. Now take the awareness to the body part. Try to travel along with me. You can either take the awareness to the body part or you can repeat the body part along with me. Make ensure you are completely aware. We'll start from your right side. Right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, armpit, side, waist, hip, right leg thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Whole of your right side. Mentally say, relax. Now we'll move to the left side. Left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, armpit, side, waist, hip, left leg thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Whole of your left side. Mentally say relax. Now we'll go to the back of your body, back of your head, back of your neck, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, upper back, middle back, lower back, whole back and spine, right buttock, left buttock, right calf muscle, left calf muscle, right heel, left heel. Whole of your back of your body. Mentally say relax. Now we'll move to the front, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right ear, left ear, right eye, left eye, nose, nose tip, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, lower jaw, throat, neck, right shoulder, left shoulder, right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, genital. Whole of your front of your body. Mentally say relax. Now we'll take the whole body parts. Whole of your right leg. Whole of your right leg. Whole of your left leg. Whole of your left leg. Both the legs together. Whole of your right hand. Whole of your right hand. Whole of your left hand. Whole of your left hand. Both the hands together. Whole of your back of your body. Whole of your back of your body. Whole front of your body. Whole front of your body. Your entire body. Your whole body. Your whole body. Mentally say relax. Now slowly bring the awareness to the natural breath happening in your body. Don't force your breath. Just watch your breath in your chest or in your abdominal region. There will be a slight raise and fall. Now start counting your breath from 11 to 1 in the reverse order. Like 11 inhale, 11 exhale. 10 inhale, 10 exhale. Till 1. If you miss the count, please start again from 11 to 1. If you finish the count, start again. Once again, start counting. Mentally say to yourself, I will not sleep, I will be aware. Now slowly take the awareness to your eyebrow center. Visualize it as a big black screen. Now we are going to watch different objects in that screen. Whichever pops up to your mind, just visualize the object. If you're not able to visualize it, just move on to the next object. Don't force your mind. Don't stuck there. Rising sun, rising sun, burning candle, burning candle, red roses, red roses, full moon, full moon, stars at night, stars at night, green paddy field, green paddy field, beautiful waterfall, Beautiful waterfall. Birds flying in the sky. Birds flying in the sky. Pyramid. Pyramid. Island. Island. Long narrow bridge. Long narrow bridge. Snowy mountain. Snowy mountain. The room you are lying in. The room you are lying in. The objects in the room. The objects in the room. Your body lying on the floor. Your body lying on the floor. Your body parts touching the floor. Your body parts touching the floor. Just watch your body as though you're watching from the top. Watch your body as though you are watching from the top. Slowly come back to your body. Slowly come back to your body. Now mentally say the same sankalpa. Repeat the same sankalpa without changing the word 3 times mentally. You are embossing the sankalpa in your subconscious mind. So simple positive statement, repeat the same sankalpa 3 times. Now gently move your toes, move your fingers, turn your head towards the right, towards the left, to the center. Now mentally say, I am blessed, I am happy, I am healthy. Thank you, God, for this beautiful life. Thank you, God, for this happy and lovely family. Thank you, God, for this healthy body and healthy life. Thank you for everything. Just surrender yourself in front of the Supreme Power. Now join the legs together. Raise the hands above your head. Give a nice complete stretch to your body. Stretch out all the unwanted tensions from your body. Without opening your eyes, just be there. Now slowly turn to the right side. You can take your hands back. Just turn to the right side. Be there for a few seconds. Observe your body. Observe the changes happen by this 10 minutes. Just watch your body and watch your mind. Now, slowly come up with your closed eyes. Sit in any comfortable position without opening your eyes. Rub your palms. Feel your energy, the fresh, positive energy between your palms as feet. Gently place it over your eyes. Spread it to your face. Join the palms in front of your face. Very gently open your eyes with a big smile. Think positive. Be positive. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Anyone want to share anything? You can raise your hand. I will unmute.
என்ன லாவண்யா ஒரே சிரிப்பா இருக்கு. தூங்கிட்டியா?
மியூட் பண்ண அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே, யூ கேன் அன்மியூட்.
ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு இன்னைக்கு மார்னிங்கும் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணோம் மேம். ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு உங்க வாய்ஸ் திரும்ப இல்ல.
ஓகே.
அதனால டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தா பட் எழுந்துக்கல. நான் இங்க பாருங்க வந்துட்டா. டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தேன். லாக் பண்ணிட்டு தான் பண்ணேன்.
ஓகே ஓகே.
அதுக்காக. நைஸ் மேம். Thank you so much.
Thank you.
ஜான்சி பண்ணுவா? Yes.
It was a good question, ma'am.
எப்படி இருந்துச்சு? How was it? You will be able to visualize? Sir, unmute பண்ணி விட்டுங்க. Okay.
Ma'am, it was a very nice practice, ma'am.
Thank you, Rupa.
It was a very nice practice, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, but sometimes I feel some pressure in the back of the head, ma'am, while lying down.
Head. That will happen because of the tension that is getting released illa. So mostly enna aguna, you unknowingly you are feeling that your entire body pressure on your head. The other body வந்து என்ன ஆகும்னா the spine will take care of it, your buttocks will take care of it. But what is happening, your head on and the tensions release ஆகுறது நம்ம at the back of the head ல தான் you will feel it actually. So என்ன ஆகும், அந்த ஒரு slight discomfort இருக்கும். If you are planning to practice regularly and if you have that pain while before practicing it, you can keep a thin pillow or some folded soft bed sheets under your head and then you can start practicing. Slower after or 5-10 classes you will be okay actually.
Okay ma'am. But ana head movement எதுவும் பண்ண கூடாதுங்க மேம். சும்மா
ஆமா, எவ்வளவுக்கு எவ்வளவு you are still இருக்கீங்களோ, actually எவ்வளவுக்கு எவ்வளவு இல்ல, you should be still actually. That is the main thing. அதனால தான் இந்த போஸே எடுக்கிறது actually. Dead man pose அதுக்கு தான் எடுக்கிறது actually.
ஹலோ
யா ஹலோ சொல்லுங்க சார்.
இப்போ நான் ரொம்ப டீப்பா அந்த இதுல இருந்தப்போ ஜஸ்ட் ஐ காட் a phone call. சடனா ஃபோன் வந்த உடனே இட் வாஸ் அப்படியே ரொம்ப
மண்டையில அடிச்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும். மண்டையில அடிச்ச மாதிரி ஆயிடும்.
பிளஸ் ஹார்ட் பீட் எல்லாம் டக்குன்னு ரேஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு.
Yeah, because என்னன்னா அந்த டிரான்சிஷன் நடக்குது இல்ல, இந்த டிரான்சிஷன் நடக்குது இல்லையா, உங்களோட you are traveling அந்த தாட்லெஸ் மைண்டுக்கு நம்ம போய்கிட்டே இருக்கோம்ல. சோ அதுல வந்து இந்த டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் வரும். இப்ப ஈவன் அப்படிதானே நம்மளோட டே டு டே லைஃப்லயும் நம்ம ஒரு மாதிரி காமா போயிட்டு இருக்கும்போது திடீர்னு ஏதாவது ஒரு இது வந்தோடனே நம்மளோட அந்த இமோஷன்ஸ் என்னெல்லாம் உள்ள இருக்கோ ஸ்டோர்ட் அப் கண்டென்ட் வெளியே வர மாதிரி இந்த டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் வந்து will disturb you. அதுக்குதான் பிஃபோர் ஸ்டார்டிங் I given you that instruction.
அதான் அந்த ஃபோன் கால் வராம இருக்குது. இதுல வந்து நம்ம வேற யாரும் வீட்ல டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணாலும் கூட ஃபோன் வந்து டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்றப்ப நம்ம
நீங்க வந்து அதான் இப்போ நீங்க இல்ல சார், நீங்க வந்து do not disturb மோட்ல போட்டுட்டு நீங்க இப்ப if you are planning, if everyone like if you are planning to practice yoga nidra யூடியூப்ல வந்து சுவாமி சிவ அது நிரஞ்சனானந்த சரஸ்வதி தே யோக நித்ரா for beginners இருக்கு. அத மாதிரிலாம் if you are planning to practice it upல what you do not disturb மோட்ல போட்டுட்டு யூடியூப் வைஃபை ல கனெக்ட் பண்ணி you just listen and then practice.
ஓகே. இப்போ இது வந்து சாப்பிட்ட உடனே இவ்வளவு நேரம் கழிச்சு பண்ணோம் அந்த மாதிரிலாம் ஏதாவது இருக்கா? இல்ல
அந்த ஆக்சுவலி அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இல்ல, சாப்பிட்ட உடனே நீங்க பண்ணீங்கன்னா தூங்கிடாம பாத்துக்கோங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். பிகாஸ் this should be completely awareல. சோ வயிறு ஃபுல்லா இருந்தா நம்ம ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா நம்ம பாடி நினைச்சுக்கோ தூங்க போறோம் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு தூங்கிடும். அதனால so it is advisable to take it. If it is a insomnia patient, if you are planning to give it for the insomnia patient இருந்தா அவங்கள வந்து தூங்குறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த மாதிரி ரெக்கார்டட் ஸ்கிரிப்ட போட்டு அவங்கள கேட்க சொல்லலாம். சோ அவங்கள தூங்குனாலும் பரவாயில்லன்னு சொல்லி விட்டுறணும். அவங்க தூங்க தான் செய்வாங்க, தூங்குனாலும் பரவாயில்லன்னு விட்டுறணும்.
இப்போ வராதவங்களுக்காக சொல்றாங்க. ஓகேவா? ஃபைன். சார் தீபக் சார், you can unmute sir.
Okay, madam, thanks for the session. Madam, when should this be practiced, madam? Either every day?
Actually, if like அதான் இது வந்து if it is like if you are a yoga teacher and you are planning to incorporate in your session அப்படினா வந்து like at the end of the general relaxation technique பதில் you can bring it up this. If you are a therapist and if you want to give it வேணா அப்படியும் கொடுக்கலாம். இல்ல like you want to practice on your own like morningsல பண்ணலாம். morningsல பண்ணா you will feel complete fresh throughout the day. If you have any disturbed sleep through அன்னைக்கு இருந்தது அப்படின்னா again it is equal to this 15 minutes yoga nidra is equal to 3 to 4 hours of your sleep. So அந்த rest என்ன கிடைக்குமோ that is given to your body. So it is no restriction இப்பதான் பண்ணணும் அப்பதான் பண்ணணும்னு அந்த மாதிரிலாம் எதுவுமே இல்ல. You can practice whenever you feel comfortable. Make sure there is no disturbance during the practice. Yeah, Deepak.
Balay sir, if you have any questions, you can question, sir.
Thanks, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Timing wise, I'm not a yoga teacher. I'm just like to practice or
practice.
Right. But
yeah, so you
any timing wise, இப்போ early morning தான் பண்ணணுங்களா இல்ல ஈவினிங்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி எனி டைம்?
அப்படிலாம் எதுவுமே அதுதான் நான் சொன்னேன்ல, உங்களுக்கு என்ன டைம் கம்ஃபர்டபிள், நீங்க எந்த டைம் டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆக மாட்டீங்க, நீங்க எந்த டைம் தூங்கிட மாட்டீங்க. இப்ப நான் இது பண்ணேன்னா கம்ப்ளீட் அவேரா இருக்கணும். சோ நான் எப்ப நான் வந்து இது பண்ண மாட்டேன் அப்படின்னு தோணுதோ யூ கேன் பிராக்டிஸ் இட் அப். பிகாஸ் இது வந்து ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, உங்களை வந்து ஒரு மெடிடேஷன் பிராக்டிஸ் அந்த ஜேர்னிக்கு கொண்டு போறதுக்கு இது வந்து பயங்கரமா ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும். ஒரு நார்மல் பர்சனுக்கு நான் வந்து என்னோட லைஃப்ல வந்து நான் மெடிடேஷன் ஒரு பிராக்டிஸா கொண்டு வரணும், ஆனா என்னால உட்கார முடியல அப்படின்றவங்க இத வச்சு நீங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will be so easy when you start doing meditation practice.
Thank you, ma'am. And one more thing, the body movements, okay, fine. I'm not moving my arm or leg. You swallow the saliva or anything like those kind of things. Because I was like swallow அதெல்லாம் அந்த ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணனுமா?
அது பரவாயில்லை.
ஓகே.
இல்ல அதெல்லாம் வந்து உங்களோட பாடியில நடக்கிற ஒரு நேச்சுரல் ப்ராசஸ். சோ அதுதான் சொல்றேன், நீங்க இது பண்ண ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அதுவுமே ஒரு ப்ராசஸ்ல அப்படியே ஸ்டாக்னட் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிடும். வெறும் உங்களோட பாடியில பிரீத்திங் மட்டும் தான் நடக்குமே தவிர வேற எதுவுமே நடக்காது. That will by practice will come actually.
Okay, thank you ma'am.
மேடம் கலைசெல்வி மேடம் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டேன், மியூட் பண்ணீங்க மேடம், அன்மியூட் பண்ணீங்க. டவுட் கேட்க.
ஓகே சார், நல்லா இருந்துச்சு சார் ப்ரோகிராம்.
அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க மேடம், லாக் பண்ணிட்டீங்க, அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே பேசுங்க
சார். நல்லா இருந்துச்சு சார், ரொம்ப ரிலாக்ஸா இருந்துச்சு சார் ப்ரோகிராம்.
டவுட்ஸ் இருந்தா மேடம் கிட்ட கேட்டுங்க, அதுக்காக
சரி சார், நல்லா இருந்துச்சு, ரொம்ப ரிலாக்ஸா இருந்துச்சு, செய்யாம அப்படியே இருந்தது. யோகா நித்ரா நல்லா இருந்துச்சு.
Thank you
மேம், நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. Thank you மேம்.
ஜான்சி மேடம் நீங்க ஏதாவது கேட்கணுமா? கேட்டிங்க டிஸ்டர்ப் ஆயிடுச்சு.
Ma'am, you said like we'll be in the state between wakefulness and to the dream state, isn't it?
Yes,
so
yes.
Wakefulness is we are conscious and the dream is subconscious, isn't it? Yeah. And
yes, exactly.
If we practice for 20 minutes, we'll be swinging between these two. Like during the rotation of consciousness, slowly we are moving to some subconscious state, isn't it? But after some time, like our awareness come down. I feel like, I mean, it's from my practice. I feel my awareness is, I mean, I'm getting awareness again. What to tell? How to tell it exact? So
what will happen is, I'm telling for a beginner, how it works is like either or a fraction of second, either you will fallen asleep. One case, okay, you will be like go to the sleep, touch, and then you will come back. Okay, you will be aware. Or some is like your mind will go somewhere distracted and then come back. Sleep is different, distraction is different. That is, some thought will come, you will travel into that thought, again it will come back. So those process will be different things will happen during yoga nidra. But by practice only, what will happen at one point of in a continuous practice, there will be one point where you will be completely aware throughout the practice. That transition will not happen. You will be completely aware with the instruction.
Okay.
That journey will happen automatically. That conscious, subconscious, that will happen. These are the technical terms I'm saying. Since most of you are yoga practitioner, you will be knowing it. So I'm just giving you the technical term. But actually, if for the normal people, the transition will happen from the sleep to the dream. That journey will happen. Either they may touch the dream and come back again, or they will know that state of mind will drop down and then calmness will come. That's it.
Oh,
that anyway the transition will be there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, Govindaswamy sir, where the doubt make a class, sir? unmute பண்ணீங்க. unmute பண்ணிட்டு பேசுங்க. unmute பண்ணிட்டு பேசுங்க. ஓகே.
ஒண்ணே இல்ல சார், கேக்குறேன் சார் அப்புறமா.
ஓகே, இப்போ மேடம் இருக்காங்க, அவங்ககிட்ட ஏதாவது கேட்கணுமான்னு கேட்க சொல்லுங்க. டவுட்ஸ் ஏதாவது இருந்தா.
மேடத்துக்கு கேக்குறது இல்ல, உங்ககிட்ட கேட்டுக்கிறேன்.
சரி, ஓகே. Gopinath sir, you have any doubt? Yeah. 1 minute sir. Gopinath sir, unmute பண்ணீங்க.
Yes madam.
Yeah sir.
யோகா நித்ரா வந்து ரொம்ப சிறப்பா இருந்தது. To be frank, unless and otherwise,
thank you sir.
Don't have coordination between the mind and your
body.
Or not body, இல்ல body இல்ல, body டிஃபரெண்டா இருந்தது. ஏன்னா உங்க பாடி மூவ்மெண்ட்ஸ் டிஃபரெண்டா இருந்தாலும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. பட் உங்க மைண்ட் அண்ட் சோல் தாட் மெயினா உங்க மைண்ட் வந்து சீரியஸ் ஆனாதான் அதை எடுக்க முடியும். ஒண்ணு. ரெண்டாவது, உங்ககிட்ட அர்ப்பணிப்பு, you have gotten what you say,
dedication.
almost சுவாமிஜி கொடுத்த இதுதான். எங்க சுவாமிஜி எனக்கு கொடுத்ததுதான் சார், வேற ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. எனக்கு அதான் சொல்றல, எனக்கே தெரியாது. ஏதோ someone is guiding me and taking me actually.
Definitely madam, there is always what you say, God's blessings are always with you madam. I appreciate your
the divine, some divine is helping me. So even I don't know, I'll be just closing my eyes, so someone is keep on taking me to the different steps actually. That is what I always say whenever I'm giving yoga nidra actually.
Yeah, true madam. Yeah, nice. It's very nice.
வேற யாராவது doubts ஏதாவது இருந்தா கேட்கலாம் சார். otherwise we'll close the session.
Okay sir.
Okay. Or you just put it in a group or something so that Srinivasan sir will
if you have any doubts, you can the group you can raise the questions. Okay. Hariom madam, thank you for sharing your valuable time.
Hariom sir, thank you everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for participating.
Bye Lavanya. Thank you sir.
Okay, thank you.